Oh, okay. He said he
Cindy,
could.
can you upgrade him to a panelist?
I will. Yeah, let me go back over and it's going. You're going to have to go ahead and start it though, Amy, because I've already.
That's fine.
Um,
When it says it, I'll do it. Did you hit go live? Yay! Good Monday morning, everyone. It is an exciting Monday morning because me and Sandy have massive updates, but it's sunny outside. The hurricane did not hit so much of Houston, which is a wonderful thing. But you guys know me, Amy, here with Sandy today. She is back temporarily filling in for Russell, Fern, and we have John Kremer. He's coming on as a panelist. So everyone say hi.
Hello, everyone.
Burton, you go ahead. You've been doing a great job these things, so I want you to just still be right in there leading this. I'm on today because Russell couldn't be on, and because we have a very special guest, and here he is. Yay! Welcome. This is my friend John Kremer, and John and I go way back as far as being friends. And I mean, I haven't seen him. I did see him last year or the year before at one of Judith's events. Before that, had not seen him since 2002 when he came to Houston to do an event for my friend Rita Mills. So I asked John to be here today, specifically August 31st, and he will be speaking tonight because we are kicking off a month-long celebration of 2 years with a membership group for authors called Through the Eyes of Authors. So John will be here today for us to talk to him. He will be on again tonight speaking, and we'll let him tell you a little bit about that in a few minutes. John, welcome.
John, that video, huh? Don't you love it? Technology is wonderful. It does so many things, and thank God for it in this moment in time, you know. But there are moments when you're just like, oh my God, you know, because you can't figure out how to make it work. It's awesome when it works, just lovely.
Everything about technology is wonderful when it works.
Yes. And in honor of Russell, who is off climbing something, you know, hiking and climbing, you know, doing his outdoor nature thing, I have our lawyer-inspired, crime-inspired novels behind me today, since he is.
Oh, I love it. He's gonna love it. I love
Russell, who is out trying to hurt himself.
Oh, he's living life. Go, Russell. He's just being adventurous, climbing all kinds of stuff. Good for you, Russell.
He just loves nature. I mean, he just wants to be out there in nature. And I just want to watch nature behind a screened porch.
Yeah, we're all going to live through Russell. He's going to go climb all these mountains and stuff, and we're just going to live through you, Russell. Okay, so go do it. Power to you.
He needs one of those pro cams that allow him to show everything that he's seeing so that we can live vicariously through him.
He needs his own YouTube channel of all these things that he hikes and does. That's what he needs. I'm going to tell him that.
He has a Facebook page where he puts it all there, so.
Yeah, he needs a YouTube channel and he needs to video these things.
When's Russell's next book coming out, Fern?
Well, next year we are actually going to re-release Murder for Me, because we're actually revamping the story in view of book 2. You know, it sort of happened that as we were writing book 2, things sort of changed. And so we're going to go back in, we're going to revamp Murder for Me, and then we're going to release the Murder for Me and the sequel kind of at the same time, probably around May, June of next year. We're really excited about it. And, you know, and he's starting to hate me less and less. I mean, you know, I give him the feedback. And
so John, just to explain, Russell is our other co-host, and Fern is his publisher. So keeping Russell on track. I mean, honestly, Fern, my hat's off to you. Congratulations. You have definitely been working Russell over and getting him to get his books in shape, and
he's a great author. And
he is. Boy. When you can get him to write. Because his first book, I helped him launch his first book about 5 or 6 years ago.
Mm-hmm. So. Mm-hmm. Well, but you know what? His story has gotten so much deeper, you know. I mean, as he has been exploring, he's his characters and where he wanted to go with them. I mean, it has really become a very unique arc. And so that's what necessitated really having to do a reboot of book one. And it's going to be a significant rewrite. All of the cool stuff that's in there is going to stay, but we're really adding to it a lot of the arc for OC, because you know, he was sort of a minor character in book one, and he has become the main character really in this series.
Wow, he was a detective, right? He was a detective.
Yeah. So it's exciting to see how characters just sort of take a life of their own, you know, and they take over your book. So
that's awesome. Awesome.
And Amy, you have a baby now. Outside.
Amy has a baby. Yay.
Hey, it happened the day after author talk. I told everyone I was in serious pain, and that Tuesday morning I went and got my COVID test. So, you know, getting ready for my induction and stuff. And she was here probably 5 hours later. And it turns out, you guys, childbirth is, you know, extremely painful, because I went in thinking I was a 7. You know, I was like, okay, I'm going to get my epidural. This pain's going to go away. No, I was a 10, and she was here 45 minutes later. So I didn't get my pain medication that I was planning on. My makeup was not done, so I look really rough in my photos that Josh posted. So yeah, she just decided, you know, she was gonna come that day. I had gotten a Starbucks. I mean, it was a good day. I'd gotten up early. I'm like, yeah, everything's done. All right, it's all moving. And then it just, oh man, I went and got like a warm bath to get my pain to go away, because they were 8 minutes apart, and they went from 8 to 2 minutes in less than a minute, and I barely made it to the hospital. So fun times, you guys, fun times.
I'm telling you, you have to make everything into an experience, don't you?
You know, but her name fits her, because she came during a pandemic in between 2 hurricanes, and she came in 45 minutes.
In 2020, we're going to live to remember 2020 for all the things that can happen this year. It has definitely been a year.
She's definitely going to be a character, my friend, because I mean, it took forever to get here, but then pop, she's here.
Yes, but you know what, you guys? I did say she was going to be the spawn of Satan, because she came after her due date.
I wouldn't say that about your daughter.
It's actually super sweet, you guys. I take it back. She's super sweet. She's actually really good. She's getting better at sleeping. So she's right now only waking up once throughout the night, which isn't bad. And then, you know, I have to get up early. But
so, hey, you guys, I just realized we don't have a timekeeper today.
Oh, that's usually Russell's job.
I know, he's always posting these numbers for me to remember.
To get us into trouble. I'm sure he's going to put it in the comments when he.
Oh yeah, he will. We go. John, where is it you live? Arizona or New Mexico?
Taos, New Mexico.
Taos, New Mexico. Oh, we have one of our clients is in Taos for the summer. He goes there. He goes to one of the. He has an RV, and he goes to one of the places around there. He says it's a world famous place where people go to stay. Anyway, David Bowles, and congratulations to David, because his book was #1 for the North Texas Book Festival this weekend when they announced the winners of their annual competition. Well, it's not a competition, it's kind of like a contest. And also CJ was tied with him for #1. So congratulations. Kelly won an award. She was #2, right, Fern?
For what?
Kelly's book was #2.
I don't know.
For the North.
I don't think. Well, yes. You know, she publishes her own books now, right?
I know she published her own books, but I just thought maybe you saw an announcement or something. I don't know. I didn't see.
I haven't seen her announce anything.
So. I haven't either. Yeah. Maybe she doesn't know. They posted it on their website on Friday, and the reason we knew was because Friday night we had a book launch happy hour for Roxanne and Charles. John, I don't know if you remember them or not, but Roxanne Berkey and Charles Brakefield were at Breckenridge when we were there. Right. And they write the Enigma series.
Right.
So they're now working with us, and we helped them launch their latest rewrite. So they have Rebecca, who works with Judith, is redoing all of their books for them one at a time, and it's not just with a new cover. They're doing editing. They're doing an interior decoration design again, and then a new cover with Rebecca. So the book looks incredible, and I think they got up to number 4, didn't they, Amy, on Amazon?
Yes,
So great, great, great! Congratulations to them and their book trailer for their next book coming out. So they're always either in a book coming out or celebrating a book that just going out. But their book trailer won, and I'm not sure what number, but they were winners. They were announced Friday night. Well, somebody was checking the winners Friday night when we were on the book launch and telling us. So, yay! We had an exciting weekend. Starting with Friday night book launch. Then my sister came from Port Aransas for a visit, and so all my kids wanted to see her. So I'm like, you can come over, but just know you wear a mask, you put hand sanitizer on when you come in the door, and you only take your mask off when you go outside. And if you want to eat without a mask, you'll eat outside. So I had fans going and everything because it was like 97 degrees outside. Anyway, we had a great time, and I got to see my grandson. I have a 2-year-old grandson. Saw him for the first time in months, and he has grown so much. And he was so entertaining. We got lots of little video clips from him being so entertaining, and it was great to see him. And anyway, I'm not going to take time for that. I want to start with John. I could spend the rest of the time talking about that. But I want John, tell everybody what it is you do and what you're world famous for.
I don't know.
Yes.
Well, I hope it's for 1,001 ways to market your book.
I think it is. I think it is. So
and I think I have it here in Chinese.
Oh my gosh. Seriously, it's in Chinese?
Not that one. Okay. That's Chinese.
Oh my gosh.
Nice.
How many different languages is it in?
Actually, only as far as I'm quite sure I know, right? It's Chinese and English.
Oh, okay.
I haven't sold any other rights.
Okay, got it.
Oh, there's a book cover.
Yes. If you want 650 million books, want to sell 650 million books. Oh, that's the Jack Canfield quote. Yay. Roughly how many books, how many have you sold of this book?
Probably 120,000, 140,000, somewhere in there.
I knew you sold it.
I've
actually bought it several times because every time I buy it, you update it. And then I had to go buy it again.
I try to update it just after people have bought it. So then
I think you do. And also,
and the industry changes so much, and new things, new opportunities, new ways come up. So yeah, I could see how that would need to be updated regularly.
Yeah, I was just talking with Jack Canfield last Friday afternoon, and he commented on the same thing, that the world of marketing, since they started Chicken Soup back in the 90s, has changed incredibly. There's not that it's a lot harder to get publicity in terms of magazine publicity or even TV shows, because the networks right now, I mean, they're mainly focused on politics. And so unless you're writing about politics, they're going to ignore you. And of course, with COVID, everybody wants to talk COVID. I was working with a couple authors that had book launches in March. Well,
wow.
What happened with that?
Yep,
Nobody paid attention. It was impossible to get any kind of coverage.
I know. And so all of our book launches right now are virtual on Zoom.
Right.
But a few months ago, all we had to do is say we're launching a book and it would automatically go to number 1 in the charts just almost instantly. But not anymore. I mean, we have to really, really work to get it up in the top 10 and close to number 1. So things have definitely changed. And I remember when I first met you, I mean, I could just walk down to Fox 26 in Houston, open the door, security would let me in, and I could go in and talk to anybody. but they wouldn't even let me beyond the door. They wouldn't even let me in to see the receptionist anymore or the security because things have changed so much. Oh my gosh.
I remember when I was able to do the same thing, like you could just walk into a newspaper office and, I walked into, where was it? It was New York Post maybe. And I walked in the building, went up to the sixth floor, wherever they were, walked into his office, and the guy asked me how I got there. I said, I walked. And I had a good talk with him, but it's like he didn't, he had no idea that, that people could actually just walk in and, try doing that today. I mean, it's, as you said, it's impossible.
Yep, yep. So John, tell us a little bit about 1001 Ways to Market Your Book.
It's just a compilation of a lot of different ways that people have used in the past to, market their book and sell a lot of books. It's got a lot of stories in it, a lot of things where I talk about, here's one thing you can do, here's another thing, and so on. And I gave examples every time I could of what people are doing and how they're doing, and even what kind of sales they had. But, there are very few people that I would say, do all 1001 ways. Jack Canfield and Mark
Yeah.
Victor Hansen, they did it. Jack actually talks about that in a video that's on my site where he talks about, they put all the ideas up on, he said he had two assistants spend 2 days putting everything up on the wall as yellow sticky notes. And then as they did them, they took them off. And he says that's really what helped us first book become a bestseller. And I really, I appreciate that. They've helped me sell a lot of books.
I'm sure Jack
and
Canfield, of course.
Yeah, and because and he still says he recommends my book all the time. And that's nice. But personally, I think you probably need to focus in on about 3-4 ways to market your books at when you're launching a book. Because if you try doing, even 100 ways, you're going to have some staff. you can't do it by yourself.
No, that's a lot of work.
And that's why even focusing on 3 or 4 can be a challenge for some authors, because a lot of them are writing another book already and things like that. But I think one of the key things, certainly in today's world, is doing interviews like this, Facebook Live, Zoom videos, whatever it might be, where you get interviewed by somebody, and that's how you can help to sell your book. It makes a lot of difference, especially if they like your book. And, to me, one of the key things in being interviewed is that you share real usable content. Because if you don't, then everybody, and if you keep saying, well, it's in the book, well, I've got no incentive to go see the book until you actually tell me something that's actually in the book, and I don't have to go see the book to have that content.
And that's great. And one of the things I used to do with the book, because it's you can see it's a giant book. So I would put it down on my desk, and just wherever it opened, I'd go. And I would always find something that would either spark my creativity and give me an idea of something we could do, or I did exactly what John said to do. So and it was divided so that there was one section on online marketing, one section on other things, and all throughout it. And so I used that. When I first started, I didn't go anywhere without that giant book, carrying it with me. So I don't even think you had it in an ebook format back then, because there was no people
not
weren't
in
doing
the beginning,
ebooks.
obviously. Not the first 3 or 4 editions or 5 editions.
Yeah, it is an ebook now, though.
It is.
Oh, good.
It's available on Amazon.
Oh, I'll have to go get the ebook. I never have. I bought the print book lots of times.
So John, do you see social media as being a good way? I mean, besides, the podcast and getting on interviews and stuff, I mean, are there things that authors can do with their social media that will help sell their book?
I honestly don't know. I mean, I love Pinterest. I get a lot of traffic from Pinterest. So I like that. It's helped me sell a lot of books and services. I haven't seen any results from Twitter really. Yeah, I mean, a tweet goes in, and I think it probably disappears within 5 seconds.
It does, I think. Yeah.
You know, it, the they actually did a study of the half-life of different social media posts, like tweets. Half the people that will ever see your tweet see it in the first 24 minutes. If they don't see it, then they'll never see it. And half the people that would see your Facebook post will see it in the first 90 minutes, or they will never see it. And whereas a tweet has a half-life, I mean, a pin has a half-life of 6 months.
Wow.
That means people have an incredible opportunity to see your pin and do something with it. I get over 2 million impressions on Pinterest every month.
2.2 million. I'm looking at it right now.
Oh,
2.2
okay.
million.
I didn't want to exaggerate.
I know. But you also
and
have
that drives a lot of traffic. I can measure the traffic coming to my website, so I know where it's coming from, and a lot of it, at least half of my traffic comes from Pinterest.
Wow, that's awesome. I know we didn't ever do anything with Pinterest or that much until I saw you and heard you and Daniel Hall speak at the
Yeah.
at Breckenridge, and I came back and we've definitely started using a lot of the stuff that you talked about, and we have somebody that really specifically focuses on doing Pinterest for our clients. But we haven't gotten anybody to 2.2 million yet. So that's my goal. Get as many as John gets on his side.
Well, if you create great graphics, and one of the key kinds of graphics I recommend for Pinterest is typographics.
Mhm.
And, because it gives people some content from the book. And so they'll be motivated to click through to find out more. And that's the purpose of a good typographic.
And I know you gave some suggestions, and I have used a lot of your suggestions
Yeah.
over since then. So yeah, that's awesome.
The one social website that's going hot right now is Parlor, but you got to have a book that speaks to a conservative audience.
Parlor.
Parler.
Okay.
It's gotten, I think, just in the last couple of months, several more million people. I don't know what the numbers are now, but but the people are active there, and it's really easy to start to build up a followership there and to start interacting. And but it's very much a conservative audience,
So Amy, we do have a very conservative client. Amy, let's check on that for David Shine, okay? Because his book is called The Decline of America. So his book, he would definitely be a good fit in there. So good.
Yeah, and I have a couple, conservative authors, and I've recommended they go to that site and become active in it.
Very good. Thank you for that. That's a great tip. See, I never talk to you that I don't get some kind of new information.
And I could see you even going on if you're, a flaming liberal. I think it would be kind of fun, but you'd probably get attacked from all sides. I'm not sure.
I kind of stay away from it.
A lot of people have gone there because they have been censored on Twitter and Facebook. So
oh, wow.
Sadly, there was a time when Twitter and Facebook let anything go, but now they're really censoring conservative voices. They say they're being impartial, but they're literally not being impartial. And that's sad because, I think all voices should be represented.
Yep.
So the conservative people have been going to Parler because there they can speak, and they're not being censored. And, I think that's important. Now, Parler's got growing pains, and they also have, I noticed that they, now have the sexy ladies coming over there. Hey, I'm a sexy lady. Come and follow me, But that's like every social media network. And they, at some point, Well, I don't know. I don't know if Twitter's ever fixed that because I keep meeting sexy ladies on Twitter too.
Well, you know what? Instagram is terrible. I mean,
Okay.
I get messages from random guys all the time. I'm like, what the in the world? Like, as if it's a dating site or something. I'm like, what made you think I want to get a message from you? Apparently, the King of Spain messaged me. I was like, wow.
Now that's something. I hope you responded to that one, Fern.
Yeah, girl.
I'm waiting for the Queen of Sheba.
Yeah.
So, John.
But, and Instagram is probably one of the more effective sites out there right now. The disadvantage of Instagram versus Pinterest is that Pinterest, everything you post has a link directly back to your site, so somebody can click immediately. They don't have to go hunt and peck to try to find out how to connect with you or go to a specific page because you control the link. So you can send them to a very specific page to find out more about your book or something like that. That's why I really like Pinterest. But Instagram I think has a bigger audience, and they have some flexibility. But boy, Pinterest is starting to catch up because they're becoming hot on videos for Pinterest. So they're doing tall and thin videos on Pinterest.
Oh, wow.
Which is interesting. And they're making it easier for people to do videos on Pinterest.
That is cool.
So and some of my hot pins have been videos. So
I'll have to go check out your hot pins.
Hey, that's a great placement for maybe some author trailers. If you've got a good author trailer, that's a really great to put it.
Well, obviously, in today's world, almost all the social media is very, very video friendly. So you do an author trailer, you get it up on all the different video platforms and social media platforms because they all support video at this point. I think Twitter is still limiting the amount you can do, but it's a great platform and video can be very effective. And I've seen some incredible author trailers. I've also seen a lot of bad ones, but
yeah,
I'm sure you have.
Tonight, I know that you are speaking to the group, to the types of authors tonight, more on this topic of marketing your book. So
yes,
if you have been enjoying the show and I know I'm taking notes, I hope you're taking notes too. You need to come tonight and take notes because it's a very important topic. I mean, this is it. Writing the book is awesome, but then you got to sell it.
Yeah, there are a lot of secrets in the next one.
Good.
And you have to be there to hear those secrets. So I did want to say, Fern, that for tonight only, we're opening up our group, which is a private group, and we're opening it up to anyone who would like to be there. We'll give you all the link so you can join us tonight because we want everyone to be able to hear John talk about book marketing. And John, any specific thing? I know you did send me an email on that topic. So what are you talking about tonight?
Well, I'm talking about book marketing in the time of COVID and beyond. In today's world, I would say that most authors are going to spend something like 70 or 80% of their marketing time online. Not just because of COVID, but because the reality is that that's the best way to reach people nowadays. Because sadly, in some ways, there are a lot of people spending a major portion of their time online. I mean, I do maybe 5 minutes on Facebook a day, Twitter, maybe 2 minutes, Pinterest, maybe 3 minutes. I try not, and right now I can't do Instagram because they got my old cell phone number.
Oh gosh.
And I've tried to tell them, hey, I need the access, but I can't get to you. I have to create a new account probably because
so frustrating. I have had that happen to me. Like, it's so frustrating when you have to try to update or an email account. They keep wanting you to verify, and it goes to some old email account you don't have access to anymore.
Right.
Like we said earlier, technology is wonderful when it works.
When it works.
When it doesn't, it is frustrating as hell. Oh my
Well,
god.
I'm gonna channel Russell, and we are now over by 2 minutes. So
Okay. So join us tonight. Amy, will you put the link in? The link to actually get to hear John. So we're sending email out later. Amy will be. And we'll be posting on all of our social media about tonight and the link. So join us tonight to hear more. John has been around since long before I started this. So how many years have you been helping authors with book marketing?
I started this in 1984. It was an auspicious time. There was a book about it.
Oh, wow. Yes, there was.
And so I've gone through many editions of my book as a result. The first book came out in, I think, 86, and the first edition, and I've gone through many editions since then. But there's a great blessing when you get somebody like Jack and Mark to promote your book.
Yes, absolutely. That's a great blessing.
That's one of the key things that I recommend all authors do, is find at least one key influencer that will fall in love with your book, and that means, you got to get out there. You have to put your head out there. You have to ask, and you have to ask probably more than once. I mean, I have some emails from people that ask me to do something about 10 times, and they keep asking, and sometimes I'll get around to it. I want to, but we're all busy, so it takes time. So if you don't ask a second or third time, it's not going to happen.
That's true. That's very true. I hear people come to me and say, I sent an email out to 500 people and I didn't get one response. I'm like, then what did you do? I haven't done anything yet. Well, you got to send another email, or you got to get on the phone and call them. Oh my gosh.
It's almost like you have to be more annoying than you want to be.
Yeah. I used to tell people I will contact the media until when they hear my voice, they sound like they're going to throw up. I'm like, okay, I think I need to give them a break from my voice for a little while. Okay, John, we have to go. We're over. I know. I will see you tonight, 6 p.m. your time, 7 p.m. our time. So I can't wait. Thank you, John, for doing this.
Thanks a lot.
Okay.